Oh, now it's doing it. Okay. just making sure it works, man. Just making sure it works. All right. I'm trying to shut off my laptop, so that way it doesn't take any more bandwidth. Sleep. Okay. Hello, guys. So this section I'm going to answer questions, I guess. And I got my beard comb.
Beard comb.
So I'll be caressing my beard as I'm answering questions.
Is that what that is?
It's racist, but I usually call this like the essay comb, because I usually see it like with the old school essays, and then like get the slick back hair. But obviously it's not a race specific comb. It's just nice because this is kind of a natural motion. So this is it's a little kind of, I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and answer some questions, John.
All right, question
Let's
one.
get John in here. Let's get some more of John's
one.
face. Let's see. There you go. I barely did anything. You just gotta come in here, I guess. A little closer.
Right. Well,
can you read
first
still?
question says, how would you approach building a portfolio with personal work? I don't have professional experience, but would like to start building a portfolio towards game companies such as Riot, Blizzard, etc.
How do you? So what is that question? It says, how do you build a portfolio?
Yeah.
Towards with personal work?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then that's kind of an easy question, I think, or at least has an easy. It's a simple answer. I'm just gonna break it down for you. Riot has a particular look to their game, so does Blizzard. So they have 3 different kind of games that you can kind of, or actually now 5, right? You got Warcraft, Starcraft, Diablo, Heroes, and Hearthstone. But you can consider Heroes and Warcraft in the same vein. Hearthstone. But anyways, but Riot only got League of Legends, right? I know they're working on some other stuff, or so I hear. But yeah, it's simple. You just gotta have stuff that looks like the stuff that they already got in your personal work. That's pretty much it. And it's got to be good. It's got to be either as good or, if not better, than the stuff that they already have. Because think about it. Let's say you're hiring at Riot, and they see your work. They're not going to be like, he's okay. I think he'll eventually get there. It's easier for them to say, dude, this guy is already freaking good. We got to bring him in. And then they interview you to make sure you're not weird and all that kind of other stuff. And then you're in. I mean, it's obviously not that simple, but if you put your work out there, you promote yourself the way that I kind of talked about earlier, you should be able to get it in front of the types of people that can make those types of decisions. Otherwise, keep working on your craft until you can achieve that. Moving on.
So, what are the fundamentals to approaching character and creature design?
Fundamentals? For me, the fundamentals are simple, just cool, like badass, and they have to have good shape. I'm shaking the table. They have to have good shape design. They got to be interesting, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy, guys. You got to take it easy through all your crazy fundamentals. But more importantly, it's got to look like a good character. Just got to be painted well. It's got to have a good aesthetic to it, and a lot of that just takes mileage. You just got to paint a lot and just study a lot. So,
have you seen Focus Booster? I guess it's like a timer type thing. You know how you use timers? He was asking about this type of timer. I guess it's called Focus Booster. John M. wanted to tell you.
Okay. Focus Booster.
Yeah, that's right.
Focus Booster.
Next question. How do you know when your paint is done? so it's not too overworked and looks loose and not finished.
Yeah, I mean, I think like people ask that kind of question a lot. I mean, you should be able to tell. Overworked in that word or in that phrase, it implies it's overworked, right? Like you've detailed it to the point where you've actually might have ruined it. And then too loose is obviously where it's just not clear enough that people don't understand. I mean, there's enough examples out there from other professional artists that you can say looks like a pretty tight painting and this looks like a pretty loose painting, and both of them I like very, very much. So you can gauge around there. If your work is so loose it's beyond loose, and if you look at the tightness and it's like way too tight, it actually makes everything look artificial, then you should use the artwork that you have in front of you as a gauge to see how your work should, like the quality of your work should be. That's what I do. I like to look at people that are so much better than me. Here, like if you look at my background, I have Jeremy Geddes as my background as a constant reminder of how tight I can potentially get if I really spend a lot of time painting. So I'm just going to leave that up for you guys to be inspired. That's a painting, by the way.
How do you deal with negative things from people about your own art?
Oh, I think I've already answered that in this earlier stream. But basically, I don't respond to negative comments. If it comes out of nowhere, like if it's coming from, like, okay, let's define negative comments. Negative comments where it's like, it's almost like a personal attack, or it's just some ambiguous person or anonymous person saying something very hateful. I consider that negative. Nothing positive comes from retaliating to those types of comments. I've never experienced, like, I've never written back like, oh, I'm going to write this long essay and then they're going to read it and they're going to be profoundly changed. That almost never happens, right? Like you write this thing and you're just like, I'm going to get them back, and then you send it and then they just get more hateful and more negative, and then you get in this constant battle for no reason. Like if you were to see the amounts of people that really are more positive versus negative, you would know better. And that's what I'm trying to say. I know better. I know that there's so much more people out there that are extremely enthusiastic about my work versus the people that are saying, that guy doesn't know how to draw hands. And I'm like, oh, I don't. You know, but I don't let that kind of stuff bother me, because I take criticism better than I take negativity. Like when someone says, hey, you should work on this, then I say, I should. And I used to not be that way. I used to be a little bit more resilient. I used to be like, when someone would give me some criticism, like good criticism, they'd be like, hey, you should work on this. And I'm like, whatever, dude. And then when they walk away, I'll look at my painting and be like, I should totally do what they said. They're totally right. And I got better at realizing, like, most of the time people are right. Like, it gets so caught up in your painting, you think you're right the whole time, and then all of a sudden someone says exactly what needs to change. And I like to invite those in versus I like to invite criticism versus just having people randomly walk up to me and start criticizing your work. That's kind of random anyways. And don't be that kind of person either. Don't randomly start criticizing people. You should suggest to say, hey, do you mind if I give you a suggestion? Or do you mind if you're taking critiques? And if they say, yeah, I do mind, don't criticize me, you should not retaliate. You should let people criticize your work. You should be like, okay, I understand. Because you wouldn't want the same thing. Think about it like this. If you were like hanging out and like you're raising your kids, and then someone comes up to you and is like, you're raising your kids wrong. Like you just, I mean, unless it's clear, like you're slapping your kid in the face, you know, and it's like clearly like abusive. But like, I mean, if it's something that, you know, where it's like, you know, apples and oranges type thing, you should kind of stay out of it. And I feel the same thing about art. You should invite critiques in. I think Paul Richards said it the best. He said, like, critiques are like a vampire. You could only come in my house and kill me through invitation, right? And I think that's a great way of thinking about it. Because then you're expecting it, right? And you're building up the tough skin versus just like randomly getting attacked.
So Kim wants to start learning programs like Maya. Do you
Maya?
Maya.
Noob. It's like Maya, the Mayan calendar.
I don't know. Do you have any suggestions on good beginner workshops or tutorials?
Yeah, digital tutors. Digital Tutors, Linda, Digital. I was going to type in digital for a second. I don't know if that's racist. Digital Tutors, Linda. Both of these websites are fantastic. And they're subscription based too. They're like $10, I think, a month. And you can like watch any of their videos. It's actually crazy good value if you really think about it. I mean, not all the instructors are kind of like, I guess, at the next level. Not all of them. Some of them are actually crazy good. But when you're talking about basics, these two websites are definitely good. Like there are people that literally walk you through each like tool and like how to work it. Like I've used it myself to figure out tools, but I work with some of the best in the industry that are great at Maya, Max, all these different softwares. So I just ask them. I just go upstairs and be like, "Hey, modelers, how do I model?" And then I walk away, and they give me all this free information, and I just like, peace. So.
What Wacom size tablet do you use, and how do you set your Wacom settings?
Default everything, and then this is the size. I think it's medium.
Is it firm or soft or straight down the middle?
Yep, just regular, whatever it comes with. I just leave it alone. The only things I change are like the mapping stuff, so that way it maps to my monitor, so I get the exact proportions to the tablet. But I've worked with large, and I've worked with small, and I've worked with the Cintiq, and I've worked with whatever. I feel like I'm about to go into the Dr. Seuss rhyme. And I worked with them all, and they were all so tall. And then I had a ball this fall.
What can we expect from the future environment tutorials?
That's something that I'm still working on myself to make sure that they're quality. Because I rarely do them, so if I actually do environment tutorials, I actually might get some of my friends who do environment tutorials to do some, and you guys can learn from the better artists that do it. I'm going to try to stick to the things that I'm pretty proficient about. But if I do environments, they're going to be super basic, like basic stuff, because I can do basic stuff pretty well.
Do you still have your portfolio that got you a job from long ago, and can we see it?
Nope. I do not. I mean, maybe if you go to my DeviantArt, you can go back. That's the only thing that I could think of that has some old work. I used to have my old website, but I think my ex-girlfriend hacked into it and then deleted it. Yeah. She will remain nameless.
Do you suffer from nasal polyps?
Maybe. I know I have a nasal problem. I can't breathe out of my nose ever.
So how much time would be expected to promote my art, and is it worth using money?
I typically try not to use money to promote my work in the beginning, because it should be genuine, right? Like, and plus I didn't have anything to really sell. I think you should just put your work out there that's good and let it be good and let it promote itself. Because the last thing you want to do is promote something that, like, you're promoting your work, and let's say it's at a skill level that you know is not at the best, and you're basically saying, like, I want you to look at this. You know, you might put like a bad taste in people's mouths. Is what I'm getting at. It's better just to like show people and say, "What do you think?" And they're just like, "Oh, that's pretty cool, I guess." And then you're, "Oh, okay, cool." And then just keep working on it, right? Try to earnestly earn that, because then you're gonna be at a better level with your work anyway. With that kind of mentality, because that's how I did. It took me maybe like a year, maybe a little bit less, or maybe a little bit longer. I don't know, but I was just on Facebook for like a good year. I remember, and just promoting my stuff and constantly putting stuff out there, constantly, and until it was good. And then now I think I definitely use the promote feature in Facebook whenever I put out new video tutorials, because I know people want to see that. They want to know if something out there, and sometimes it goes through the news feed and they don't see it, so it gives them opportunity to take a look at it. And I think the way it works is that once they see it, they don't have to see it. It doesn't show up again, but it's just so people get access to it. If they don't want to buy it, they can just scroll up. Just keep scrolling.
Do you always do turnarounds for your final concept?
Oh, absolutely. You have to. I mean, you don't have to. If you have really good modelers who are crazy okay with not having orthos, that's great. But even if you have modelers are crazy good and they don't need orthos, like, you should give them orthos because you're giving them a better blueprint of your design. You're allowing them to kind of better create your design. And it teaches you how to create a three-dimensional design, which is very valuable. And so I would never, I highly promote people practicing and learning how to do orthos. I know a lot of people in my position, like concept artists, hate doing orthos. In fact, I think I'm in the minority. I love doing orthos. I'm gonna have in my character design video on part 4 and 5. I think are just gonna be all. I can't wait till I get there, where it's just crazy orthographics. It's like it's where I live. I love it because it's just super simple, super straightforward, and it's like I'm really focusing on the design. I'm really making it awesome. So I might actually make it on the 3rd video. Start the orthos. I just can't wait.
So is slaying with dragons project difficult?
Is slaying with dragons? I don't know. I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry, sir.
Asian Shiho.
Maybe?
Are you uninterested in doing environments, or is it something you've chosen not to focus on since your character?
Yeah, that's simple. It's, I'm super interested in environments. It's just that, like, I'm so good at characters that I keep trying to get better and better. I'm trying to stay on top of that. I'm trying to be like one of the best, right? And so it's not that I don't like to do environments. It's like every time I do them, I definitely feel a sense of frustration. But it's not like a bad frustration. It's like kind of frustration that I know, like, holy crap, I don't know how to draw environments as well as I know so-and-so can draw environments. And it's because I haven't not invested any time in it. So it's justified. You know, my skill level is justified for why I'm not like an environment guy. But with that being said, I just like to paint characters, and I'm like, it's like one of those things, like if you're an astrophysicist, like you kind of stick in that world for like, and you try to keep exploring that because, you know, there's really never an end to it. So it's for me, it's kind of like every time I step to the side, I learn a little bit of environment and come back to characters, and then go back to environment and go straight back to characters. And so every time I go back and forth, I get a little bit better at my environments until one day I think I might just full on be an environment guy as well as I am a character guy. But that's just time. Like I spent 4 or 5 years hardcore on character stuff. Now I'm like maybe a good 1-2 years on environment stuff. If I were to mix it up throughout the 7 years I've been drawing and painting professionally. So give it like when I'm like in my 40s, I might be really good at environments. Or in my mid 30s, I might actually be crazy good. We'll see. Only time will tell. And time is the solution. I just need more time. So what time is it?
5:30. Okay,
so we're gonna do. There's a lot of questions left, so I apologize, but I have a schedule to get back home like right now. I need to leave like literally right now. So let's use that. What was it called? Focus booster. Let's see if it's easy. If it's not easy, I'm not gonna use it right now. Okay, so far so good. Oh no, never mind. I don't want to sign up. This will still be the better solution. As funky as this little website is. Here. I don't have that much time. Well, okay. I'll still look into Focus Booster. I just know like this is just going to be faster. So let's go. Check it in 5 minutes.
So next question is, in your tutorial standard brush 2, it looks softer when you paint with it. Is that just the video quality not showing hard edges or a hardness adjustment? Oh,
I adjust the hardness on the fly. Like if you right click, you can see there's size and hardness, and I just slide that over because it's a basic round brush and you can do that. Move on.
How did you get your website put up?
I use Tumblr. Easy. Move on.
How do you specifically get clients rather than fans?
I get clients because of my fans, because my fans are also clients, and my fans promote my work. Like I said, I use Facebook, so Facebook's not just tailored to other artists, it's tailored to people that hire artists, so everybody gets to see it.
Should you use your Facebook account or a Facebook artist page?
Both is good. Make a decision. I use both.
If Facebook is your portfolio, that means you should be more careful with the art you post and avoid whips.
Nope, you can show whips. Nobody cares about your bad work. I talk about this in previous streams. Only people remember your good work, okay? They remember your bad attitude, though. So if you're a bad attitude person, they'll remember that. But if you have a bad work, it'll go ignored. And when you have a portfolio and you go to like a GDC show or something like a actual place where you're going to meet another person, then yeah, you want only your best. But on Facebook, just post whatever you want. I do it all the time. I try to post a few things here and there. I don't try to post every single thing that I do because that'll just be spam. And I have a lot of work in progress. Jake, teenage boy, ruining the stream.
It's easy
Never
to make
again.
a Facebook page, but
Never coming again.
How do you promote a Facebook page?
Wait, what was that question?
It's easy to make a Facebook page, but how do you promote it?
Oh, like I said, you just gotta constantly engage people. When people, like, I think a lot of people don't accept people's friendships because they're afraid. Obviously, you should screen a few people, but I'm telling you, man, if you are following me on Facebook or if you're one of my Facebook friends, I will see your post, and if it's good, I will share it. Fact. You can send me a message if I can't get it through if you show me a good work, I will say I'm going to share this. Is that okay? And then if you say no, then I won't share it. But if you say yes, I will share it. If it's something that I think is worth sharing, I will share it. I promise you that. That's a promise.
Do you have more challenges coming?
Yes.
Every time I start a complex painting, it's a piece of shit. Around with tons of brushes, and the first hour is an absolute horror. Does it get better, or am I missing something?
You don't study enough. That's usually what it is. You're trying to think about it like if you're playing on an NFL, like football team, right? Like you're on an actual national team. Oh, how much time is left? Oh, wasted seconds. If you're on like a national football team, you don't practice to playing games of football. You practice by doing drills, working out, eating right, exercise, all these other stuff other than playing football. And then when it comes game time, all that training becomes subconscious and instinct that you can basically play the game of football at your best. So I think about the same thing with painting. You're not studying enough. You're spending a lot of your time trying to finish a painting that you just never know how to. You don't know how to do the individual parts. Like you don't know how to render. You don't know how to light. You don't know how to color. You don't know how to do. So you need to practice those things individually as their own separate kind of quarantine thing, often, and more so than you do to try to finish a full painting. I spend dozens of hours a week studying, and I mean study, not like copy paste what I see. I mean like analyze it, ask questions, try to find answers. All right.
Which kind of answers the next question. So I'm going to go on.
Wait. Read it.
I'd like to know how you go forth with doing studies. I've been trying to do several of these, but I cannot seem to improve. I do the studies, but I never feel like I get anything from them.
So, when I do studies, like I just basically said, I call them sprints. I give myself a task. I'm going to learn how to draw an eyeball. And I just do that for like an hour. And I just get it. I try to really figure out the shape, the color, the value, all that stuff. I try to nail down the individual aspects. Think about when you try to study for a big test. Do you just like copy it down? No, right? You don't retain any information. You have to create value. You have to create some sort of substance to the information you're telling yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to forget it, right? You have to say, okay, I realize the shape of an eye can be, if you take a football and then tear off a piece and bend it over, it kind of looks like a bird's head. You know, stuff like that will help you remember a little bit easier. Oh, okay, we'll do one more minute.
Typically, how many different sketches or compositions does it take for character environment designs to get okay?
I mean, it depends on your skill level. For me, very few. I don't need to do that many to kind of get the ball rolling. But that's because I've done hundreds of drawings before that. So I say it all depends. If you're really low level, then a lot. If you're higher level, not as much.
So what source of, what book or other sources would you recommend to get how to draw properly from an anatomical point of view?
What is that? Anatomy for the Artists by Sarah something is a great one. That's the one I study from.
How far do you think good artwork sells itself? E.g., how far do you think your art will go in marketing versus actual marketing?
Like I said, quality of work is the best way of going about it. And so I say you just keep putting out work and compare your work to people that you admire. That's like a thing that I don't think people always try to find someone in between. They're like, I think I'm almost better than this guy. No. Try to be better than the people that you think are the best in the industry. Because if you aim high, even if you come up a little short, you're going to be so much better than you were if you're aiming low. All right? So start comparing. There's plenty of examples of people that do the kind of work that you want to do. Look at them, study from them, and try to learn from that.
Do you recommend some woman in the concept art business? It would be very inspiring to a girl looking at the industry.
Could I recommend some women? Oh yeah, like freaking Laura Austin, or she's LD Austin. She's one of my coworkers. She's probably one of the best concept artists I've ever met, and she's totally a chick. Charlie Bowater, she's really good too. I mean, I can't necessarily go down the list. Claire Wendling, she's freaking crazy good. There's so many, but I think those three are good to start with. Definitely Laurel. Laurel's freaking great. She can do it all. Okay, one more question and I gotta go. Last question.
How rare are concept artists that do both characters and environments well?
Really rare. Mic dropped.
Mic drop.
It's true. Very rare.
Wow.
Rare. So try to keep that in mind. It's something that it's possible. It's not impossible, but it's super rare. Like to do both, like as good as some of the best character guys and as good as some of the best environment guys. Yeah, that's super rare. Very rare. And I can't really on the top of my head name a couple. I really can't because I just don't know. Like the same thing with illustrators. Like illustrators, character concept artists, environment artists, modelers. Like it's just there's people that really are specific and they're so good at it. Me myself, characters and stuff of that around that range, like creatures and characters kind of live in the same world. Robots, humanoid robots, right? But environments, yeah, that's definitely one of my weaknesses, and I'm very aware of that. So, and vehicle designs, I'm not too great at vehicle designs. Weapon designs I'm good at because that's involved with characters.
That was the last question. Unless you want.
No, I'm done. I'm done with you guys. So, anyways, thanks again, guys. I appreciate you. So, for you guys' information, sometime tonight or sometime early in the morning, I'll be posting creature design for all my exclusive live stream peoples. Wait, hold on. I have a better version of this. The one that I prefer. Or is it in this folder? What? Where is it? Here we go. Oh, and then character costume design. So we got creature design for film and then costume design for film. I got both of these guys coming to you guys sometime tonight. I already finished the videos, as you can tell. You can see the images. And so I'm going to do a package deal where you can get both of them for marginal the price. And I'm going to include some of the X-Men stuff I did, the PSDs, so you can actually look inside my mind. And pick away at whatever, and as well as have the concepts to look at and learn how to do the things that I just did. What the? But yeah, this little fish dude. So, anyways, so keep your eyes peeled. It's probably when I get home and I get a chance, I'll upload it on I had saved it onto my laptop, so I'll be able to upload it. For whatever reason, I can't stream and upload stuff. It would have been great, so I could just hit post. You guys get it now. But if not, you guys just wait a couple hours. I'll post it tonight, and then I'll talk about it tomorrow morning. I'll put a advertisement. So if you forget, you'll see it tomorrow. But if not, see you guys later. Bye, guys. Thanks for this stream. Say bye, John.
Bye.
Say bye, Jake.
Take care.
Say bye, Jake.